What do you think about guys like Khamzat coming in, like in that division too, and getting such big hype so fast and rising so fast? And then how do you break that fight down with him and like Leon Edwards, being that Leon is a tough 170? I mean, like that's a huge task.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about
that's
checking
gonna be
somebody's hype.
yeah.
That's going to check it for sure, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see because I don't think that Khamzat has fought anyone that's going to bring what Leon brings. So we're really going to find out a lot about Khamzat for sure. And I'll tell you, man, they've hyped a lot of people before, and I always question it at first. You know, like Connor, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought he would do what he did. I didn't see it. The UFC, these guys, they got an eye for that shit. You know, Dana and Sean, those guys, they got an eye for it, man. So I don't take away from what they see anymore, man. They seem to really know what they're doing on that. So this Khamzat guy might be all that, man. But if there's a guy that we're going to find out if he's all that, it's going to be Leon Edwards.
Absolutely.
And props to Leon for taking that fight, right?
Yeah.
He did not need to take that fight, and you know he deserves a bigger fight.
And he seems like he's fine with it. He wants to prove, and I guess, you know, it does help. I know he's not like a huge ranked fighter, Khamzat. He's got a lot of hype, but because of that hype, it does help Leon. You know, it doesn't like hurt him to beat this guy if he beats him. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a big win for Leon if he does get through Khamzat and destroy that hype. So I think it does, play to his advantage in that regard. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he could wait it out and fight a different guy, and Khamzat could be the real deal. And if he derails, you know, Leon's in trouble now. Now Leon's got to crawl back up to the top against a guy who could be the next Khabib, and yet he's got to still crawl up to the top as if he wasn't. You know, he's just an unranked fighter.
Yeah, and if Leon beats him, I mean, you know, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, the guy was just hype," you know.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah, so props to Leon, man. You know, he's a soldier, bro. So you know, and he I like that he hasn't changed who he is. You know, he's not trying to be a Chael Sonnen to get a title fight or something. You know, he's just keeping on, and he's fighting his heart out and putting on great performances. And you know, props to him, man. I hope he gets what he deserves.